Hello guys, right, yesterday I made, this is Friday, whatever the date is, the 10th of July. I made a couple of videos, or I made a couple of trades that I called before the event, and said this was, X was likely to happen, and let's put the correct template on there, just a clean template. At least it'll have the daily range, because this is important. So that's the daily range of Friday, oddly enough, and UJ was showing about this level, dollar yen, on, and it was showing a daily candle that had a very small wick on it, or non-existent wick. In other words, it was still going down. Now this is something that is so, it's so sensible, common sense or whatever. It's as you know, it's one of the things I've missed. I don't know how I managed to do it, but if you've got an overextended ADR and you've got a candle showing no wick at the bottom of it, and a big one, not just one of these silly little dinky ones like that one there. I'll zoom in a bit. That one there needs to be quite sizable, like that, and like this. And as you can see, that one, if we'd looked at it about there and it was the right time of day, obviously you don't want to be doing this at say midday in the UK, whatever time that is in your zone. It needs to be towards the end of the trading day. You know, the Frankfurt session's closed, the London session's closed, and the American session's well into its tea and cake time in the afternoon, ready to pack up and go home. Then you've likely got a reversal period coming on. So that was an interesting addition to potentially things to look for. Overextended price. I don't bother with all this oversold, overbought stuff. I've never really bought into that. I'd rather just have the precision of price action and candles. But you can start looking for reversals. Anyway, this did reverse nicely, and the other point I wanted to make was I was really happy to be able to announce possible trades at the end of the day. And I was thinking about this as I was wandering around with the dog yesterday. The reason for that is because, you know, it is a high probability trade. And I've mentioned this in a number of videos, that the end of the day, actually, if you're a novice trader just starting this, rather than get into the hoi polloi and the stress of potential what I call the Frankfurt grinding time of day, and also the Frankfurt Open, London Open, and so on and so forth, you could just gently watch this happen and take a very well organised, well thought out trade, that if it doesn't happen, as I mentioned in those previous videos, for whatever reason it just doesn't reverse, because Friday's probably a bad example of the price not reversing as the midweek, because midweek you've got consecutive trading sessions going on, you've got the Asian session going on, so they may well be pushing this down in the late London session in order to get to a point where they want to reverse it in the Asian session. So during the week, maybe not so predictable, but it doesn't matter. You will be kept out of bad trades purely by the fact that you have to cross the I's and dot the T's, or the other way around, sorry, cross the T's and dot the I's on every candlestick in order to be brought into the trade. And then you've got the added belt and braces of the RSI histo that will often not do what it's supposed to do if the trade is going to go wrong. Okay, I hope that's clear. So the point being of this whole video really is to say, why not just relax into the trades at the end of the day? They do seem high probability, and you know, the eureka moment for me was the fact that I'm happy to sit here. I suppose that's because I've got my trades under my belt. I don't know what it is, but I'll have to work that out for myself. But I was happy to sit here and just talk through effectively what might happen later in the day, and if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't. And the other point being as well, I mentioned on the GCAD, so I suggest you go and watch both the videos, the first one and then the GBP CAD update. The first one shows you, I quickly looked at UJ, then went into the GBP CAD and drew the levels. The second one shows you the GBP CAD update, where the price carried on up and I had to do the levels back on it again. And I also mentioned the fact that the UJ was worthwhile mention, as it were. Both trades I got money out of. Both trades I actually didn't get in at the optimum time because I was doing other stuff, wandering around with the dog and such like. So GBP CAD was this one here. Big old push up, as you can see. We've got a spike, which was what I traded down, and all we have to do is, as the price is moving up, just keep, sorry about that, people texting me, just keep moving your levels up, and you'll need to watch the videos to understand what I said about that. And as you can see, the pullback happened. Same thing with UJ. On another note about these reversals, lots and lots of people, even some followers on here, have mentioned to me about trading the changeovers of the sessions. So for example, you've got a high probability of a reversal at the end of the Frankfurt session, 8 o'clock in the morning, and the start of the London session, because the Frankfurt boys might send it down, so the London boys might send it up. So it's worth drawing your levels, as I showed you in the dollar CAD video 2 or 3 videos ago. Draw the levels, let the trade come to you. And the same goes for the American session, or even halfway through the UK session, as it were, coming up to the open of the the American session. They may well reverse it then, so it's a good time to look for intraday reversals on the 15-minute and the 30-minute. As I say, go watch the videos for the intricate details of how we do that. There are other times of day to trade that I have mentioned in the past. Lem on Forex Factory, Claudia on Forex Factory, and Billy TT all have one particular time of day that they've noted. Lem has what he calls the dollar CAD dead zone. That's at 12 o'clock in the morning UK time, so that he sees reversals then. So go and read about that on Forex Factory. Lem is, I'd never know how to pronounce his name, but I always call him Lem. I've got links anyway in my tweets, so go look for them. You've got Claudia, who is a specialist in the what they call the cable fix, and that happens somewhere around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where they have to, apparently all the central banks have to fix a particular rate. Again, it's widely known it's a manipulative move, but she trades it with deadly accuracy. All three of those, Billy TT has got the hourly, the 8:15 bar breakout. That's the London breakout that he trades. So all three of these people are ex-professional traders. They all have great times of day to trade. So I've given you about 10 different options where price could reverse and is potentially volatile, and it's up to you to go and test them. But as a novice trader, I thoroughly recommend this end of day sort of reversal. You could say, okay, only trade when the make a set of rules for yourself. Trade the end of the day when the trade is overbought. In other words, you've got a discrepancy with the ADR. You only trade those, so some days you won't get trades at all. You can search around all your currency pairs to find one that might have. That's why I've got that ADR indicator that I show people. I think it's this thing here. Yeah, it is. So you could check your ADRs and see if anything's overextended. I don't think there was one pair that was particularly overextended. Not one that I'd trade regularly anyway, by the looks of it. And you can then find your best pairs to trade, best time of day to trade, end of day. Make sure it's overextended. If it ain't, don't trade it. Just stay out that day, wait for another day. Or build yourself, like I do, 3 or 4 different options in the day to trade. That way you can make one trade on this, and that's your daily wages for the day. Once you add another one, that's then doubled your daily wages for the day, providing you specialise and become expert at it. Then add another one, and that becomes another brilliant opportunity, and 3 times your daily wage. The good thing about this is that people in different time zones, you could actually, this could be your equivalent of my pre-Frankfurt grinding period. This effectively is the grinding period pre-Asian session. Call it that if you like. But if you're in a time zone like the US that you can't get the Frankfurt and the London Open, then this presents a brilliant opportunity for you, I think. It's also good for us London, UK guys as well. So I feel sorry for anyone that can't get it, but as it is, the end of day reversal with this thing here is a perfectly good, and the fact that I'm happy to sit there and talk you through it, it must be a it was a eureka moment, light bulb moment for me yesterday, in the fact that I must be extremely happy with that. I think the reason I don't go through, well, first thing, I'm concentrating on earning my money first thing in the morning, and that's it. I suppose I'm more relaxed here because I've got a bundle of cash in the old pip bin, and here I'm serious about getting my pips so that I can relax and spend the rest of the day prating about on Twitter. Anyway, have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.